Hi, Dr. Tracy Tyson, a pediatrician in Vermont, and I wanted to address a question I get a lot. And that is, should my kids take a vitamin? This question is pretty simple to answer, but there's some caveats to it. Most of the time, no, children don't need a multivitamin. They need their vitamins from what they eat, and most of us can get the majority of those from our diet. Vitamins are not very well regulated in the United States. We're not sure what is in every single bottle. They have different amounts. There's different ingredients. It's really hard to know which ones, to know that you're getting the same thing every time that you take it. So our usual recommendation is to try for as many whole fruits and vegetables, grains and proteins as possible. However, the caveat to that is in special circumstances where a child has very, very limited diet, say they're in a time of their hunger strike as a toddler, they're really just refusing to eat any fruits and vegetables. We try to be sneaky, we try to get things in as often as we can, keep trying, but maybe in the meantime we add a multivitamin that has extra vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, all of these things just to try to help support the child in the meantime. But it's never a replacement for a healthy diet, and it shouldn't be given if the child has a healthy diet. However, there are some vitamins that it's hard to get enough of them in your diet, and there are special circumstances where you might need more. One of those are omega fatty acids. Omega fatty acids are essential to building our cells, and they are especially really good for brain development. They're usually found in fish. Really hard these days to get enough omega fatty acids. So there are certain conditions where a child may need extra, especially for things like ADHD and autism. It can be really helpful to give them extra omegas, as well as vitamin D, especially up here in the Northeast where I am. There's several months out of the year where we do not get near enough vitamin D. So I do recommend that children take extra vitamin D, especially during those months where they might not have as much sunlight, or if their diet is really poor in vitamin D. Magnesium is another supplement that's getting a lot of attention these days. And while there's not as much data on whether or not there's a deficiency or not, I do think that there is some benefit to it, especially when it comes to overall mood in children as well as sleep. It seems to be, at least from the current data, we'll see where this leads, but it seems to be helpful to help children sleep in the evening as well as help calm some ADHD symptoms during the day. It's not a treatment. There's not a ton of evidence-based research to show that this actually truly works, but there is some anecdotal evidence that it helps. We don't really see any problem with doing it. So short answer is children don't need multivitamins. Save your money for healthy foods. Put your money into their diet. Work on healthy eating habits yourself. Children are the best imitators. So the best way to get your kids to eat good is to eat in front of them, eat together. So no vitamins are needed. Take them with a grain of salt when you think they're necessary, but always ask your pediatrician if there's something your child might be deficient in. What are ways that you can supplement that naturally, and then potentially with a vitamin in the future. Take care.